before I take off with this session, I want to appreciate before all the audience, JC Anita Mohta. She was the one who attended Law Officers Training Seminar 2020 at Visakhapatnam, made a promise to bring a new chapter, and within few days of the promise, immediately she brought about a new chapter, because of which today all of us are sitting here to understand what is our future ahead. Thunderous appreciations to you, Anita Mohta. And responding to her call, Vibha Bararia, she took up the leadership role. Vibha, we appreciate you also. And Neetu, thank you for the introduction and the way you are taking ahead with on the proceedings. Friends, Vijayanagaram Rocking Stars is such a small chapter. It is the smallest chapter of Zone 4 and doing the very big event in under the business area at the call of the national headquarters and national director business. So we should all appreciate them for this. Also that they have been following up with me and asked me for this session. They said what they said. They said we want to be the first chapter to do this business series, which is very, very much appreciable. So once again, appreciating the entire team of Vijayanagaram, JSA Vijayanagaram Rocking Stars. 2 points I want to share with them. One is LOM, LOM. LOM means local organization member. So you should pronounce it as LOM. Okay. The second one is LOTS. LOTS means LOM Officers Training Seminar. That is a training seminar for all of you as to how to function during the year in your tenure in various capacities. Okay, these 2 points. With this, I start off. Now, friends, what is the future ahead? We are all stuck in our houses. Next 30 days also at various places, it is going to be still home quarantined. We cannot move out. We have nothing to do. The other day, I was listening to a video, and the video said, how privileged that video said, how privileged are we where we need not move around and do the policing job 24 by 7? How privileged are we when we 24 by 7 we do not have to attend like the nurses and medical staff, and we just have to sit at home? How privileged are we do not have need to clean the sewer and we can just still sit at home? How privileged are we that we need not work 24 by 7 like the government authorities are working and we sit at home? How privileged are we, dear friends? And still we think today that we are getting bored sitting at home. So friends, let us not get bored. It is time for us to think about our future ahead. The next 10, 15 days or 30 days, or even if it stretches to 45 or 60 days, let us plan for our future ahead. And this being a business program, now I will start off with the general situation around so that we can connect to our business arena. Okay. So friends, what can you see on the screen? You can see the corona, right? And it is also written the cause and the effect, right? Friends, corona is not the cause of why we are sitting at home. Corona is the effect of various things that were done for it to happen. So corona is the effect and something else was the cause. Now, what was the cause? That also we have to understand. As we go ahead, we will understand that point also. Okay. Now, friends, yeah. So the current situation is extremely scary in terms of the GDP, gross domestic product, and in terms of money, in terms of the economy, in terms of our business. In various terms, it is very scary. So point by point, let us just get to understand what are the various current situations that can scare us in terms of figures and statistics. There are 213 countries now which are affected by corona. 4 crore workers are now have now gone more into poverty. 4 crore daily labor workers have now gone into more poverty, if not less, even more than that. 45% of the households, more than 45% of the households in India, their income has dropped from the previous months. It is around 50%. So 50% of India, their income levels have dropped. And India today, it loses approximately 32,000 crores. Per day, it loses 32,000 crores. And every day, we have to keep funding this 32,000 crores. And we already know that the central government at the first package, it has given 3 crores 74 lakh 3 lakh 74,000 crores. Thereafter, it has given 28,000 crores, around 4 lakh crores. Till now, the central government has initiated the packages. We already know that. So it is extremely expensive situation. 53% of the big business houses are totally closed. They are not running their businesses. They have shut down their factories. Swiggy, Zomato, Uber, Ola, Amazon, Flipkart, all have gone for a ride. All. There is no business for Swiggy, for Zomato, Uber, Ola. All those people are totally shut down. Amazon, yeah, for essential commodities only it is able to do business now. Non-essential commodities, no. Flipkart, also similar situation. So all of these so-called big business houses, few months ago, 3, 4 months ago, when they were doing crores of business, now their business is almost on a stalemate. It is totally standstill. Many small businesses are totally closed across the country. India is a country of 20% organized sector and 80% unorganized sector. When there is 80% unorganized sector, imagine the volume of footpath sales, street sales, petty shop sales, sales from houses, sales from a room in a house, sales from online booking, and all these petty businesses are totally closed because there are no buyers, because there is no transportation, because there are no finances, because of so many reasons. So many small business houses, small businesses are totally closed. And friends, let us all understand what happened, what actually happened with this entire scenario. This situation is the biggest change of our lifetime. We may be living for 60 years, 70 years. In this 70 years, this change that has happened is the biggest ever change, which we may not witness again in our life. So it is going to be pre-COVID and post-COVID situation. And we were traveling, all of us were traveling in one path till now. Suddenly, this COVID has totally, it is going to change our path. We cannot still be rigid and say, after COVID, I will open my business, I will open my shop as it is and do normal trading. No, it is not going to be like that. After It is not going to be like after a date is declared, for example, May 31st or June 1st. If some date is declared, from that date, everything, as if we turn a switch on, everything is going back to normalcy. No, it is not going to go back like that. Everything is going to change. Until now, the road was like this. Now the road is going to be in some other direction. This is what we have to understand. And this is going to affect our business. And friends, with this, when such a huge change happens, should we change or not change? Should our thought process change or not change? Should our businesses change or not change? Should our business model change or not change? Should we think of starting a new business or not? All these are the questions that we should answer to ourselves, because we best know our business. In times of change, can you type in the chat box? All of you can type in the chat box. In times of change, for example, there is a plant, small plant, there is a huge tree, and there is a huge wind. When there is a very big wind, or a storm for that matter, by next morning, would the plant stay alive, or would the plant fall down, or would the tree fall down? Which one would fall down on the next day of the storm? Can you type into the chat box, please? Sharif, can you? Yeah, thank you. Sharif, can you make my laptop also as the host or the organizer? Which one is going to fall down? Yeah, few answers are coming up. Tree is going to fall down. Tree will fall down. Which one will fall down? Tree or the plant? With small plant or the tree? Which one is going to fall down? Yeah, correct. If you are typing in, the tree is going to fall down, right? Why would the tree fall down? The tree will fall down because it thinks I am a very big tree, like I'm a very big businessman. I am very strong. My business is extremely strong. I've been living so many years. I've been doing business for 30 years or 40 years. All this thought process will not, because the tree will not sway with the wind or sway with the storm, and it stands rigid. There are chances that the tree can fall down, whereas the plant, which is flexible, which is new in the thought process, it sways with the wind. Even though it has to bend, it bends. By the next day or in 1 or 2 days, it can stand back and live its life. So friends, when the biggest change of our lifetime is happening, should we adjust to the change and be flexible enough to adjust to the change, or be rigid and say, before COVID how my business was, after COVID also my business is going to be like that? What should we do? Should we change or not? Yes, friends, we have to change. Without our mindset, thought process, and business thought process changing, we cannot go ahead in the post COVID circumstances. Now, what is the change that we can talk about? We have to change and we have to adapt to the situation. Without adaptability, we cannot survive after COVID, or even if we survive, we will have to struggle. Even if we need, if there is no struggle, still we may not do good business. Even if we do good business, still there may not be much profits. Even if there are much profits, still we may not sustain, because other people have already are already adapting to themselves to the change and surviving in the competition and keeping up with the pace of the competition. So, friends, we have to change. And Darwin says, Charles Darwin's theory, we know survival of the fittest. Now, I will add one word. Just fittest is not sufficient. We have to be quickest also. Those who are quick only now can change, because we do not have the luxury of 1 or 2 years to settle down. I am talking about small business people. Small business people do not have the luxury of 1, 2, or 3 years to settle down, because they would not have reserve finances or reserve money. They would not have be having much reserve finances or much reserve money with them. So all these small business people who are on the screen, what you have to think is, I have to be extremely quick in thinking now, acting after COVID. Thinking now, planning now, and acting after COVID. This is what the small business people now have to get ready. Charles Darwin once said, the fittest will survive. After COVID, fittest means the quickest. The quickest are the fittest now. Until now, most of you people, for many people, as I was giving the statistics, across the globe, small time daily workers are extremely huge in number. In our country, the daily workers are about 10% of the population, which is about 14 to 15 crores. 14 to 15 crores people totally were controlled by others, because they worked as employees in other organizations. When so many organizations came to a standstill, their life automatically, with a percolating effect, they also came to a standstill. So imagine 14, 15 crore daily workers across the country coming to a no income, no daily income position. Imagine when 10% of the population is like that. Friends, so it is time that if any one of us are being controlled by others, it is time that we have to think about not getting controlled by others. It is time that we think about getting influenced by others, which is okay, but getting controlled by others totally, no. Putting our life totally into others' hands, into a business person's hands, no. We have to start thinking now in a different way. If there are any people, if there is any person on this screen whose life is totally dependent on somebody else, then this goes to you. You please rethink whether that is okay, or whether you have to change your thought process. Until now, what happened? We were trespassing nature. What we were trespassing? What were we doing? We were burning plastic. We were non biodegradable waste we were using. We were causing pollution. Rivers were polluted. The sky was polluted. Entire environment was getting polluted. The mountains, the ice was melting. The temperature levels was increasing. Our Mother Earth, it put all of us in its palms and taking care of us. What did we do? We began to cause problem in that palm that Mother Earth has put us into. So naturally, this mother, like our mother in our childhood, must have slapped, to teach us something. Must have, not some few times it can happen. So similarly, Mother Earth also now gave us a slap back on the face with a virus called coronavirus, and it told you go back home, behave yourself properly. You can't destroy the earth. You can't destroy the house. This is the house where we are staying. So ek dungi mein, and it has put us back in its place. This is what nature, earth, our Mother Earth is doing. Friends, if you are not friendly with nature, then this is what nature can do to you. It can permanently, even permanently, put you back at home, or for a long time it can put you back at home. And those people, it has permanently put people away from this nature across various countries. We know the statistics. So let us not trespass the nature. Let us be friendly with nature. From now on, our general thought process also in our business thought process should align with Mother Earth's sensitive and delicate thought process, or else we can be totally out of the race, my friends, and we can face such disasters like coronavirus and get affected, not only financially, not only mentally. In many ways we can get affected. So, friends, let us dream of this eco friendly future. This is the eco friendly future that we have to build now. Mother Earth, it says, now your system is not working properly. You people are not in proper system. So I am going to reboot your system and give you another chance. The other chance that our Mother Earth is now giving us is to stay back at home. Think of how we can build such a future wherein we be earth friendly. So this is the future that we are looking at. Now, friends, if this is the future that we are looking at home, what are the changes that we can bring about is what we have to think of. One point, can you type in the chat box, what are the changes at home that we can bring? One example I will tell you, not using plastic bags. That is one example. So each one, can you please type in what changes can be brought at home into the chat box? Let me see, please, quickly. Collect all milk packets and sending them to a recycling plant. Excellent. Very good. That is good idea. Saving water. Others also can please type in. What change at home can we bring? Use less water. Correct. That is saving water. What else? Growing plants. That is a very good idea. Home gardening or growing plants. Saving power. Very good. Saving power. Have water and feed birds. Feeding birds. Yeah, that is a good idea because they are part of nature and taking care of them. That is also good. Any other points? Kitchen waste composting, that is a very good idea for those people who stay in individual houses. For apartments it may not be possible, but for people who stay in independent houses, yeah, that is possible. Above all, implementation, not just typing I should come. Who is that person? Above all, implementation. Very good. Rainwater harvesting, yeah. Use, reuse, correct. Use, reuse, recycle, increasing, right. Thank you very much. Thank you for these answers. I should appreciate one participant. I do not know the name. If Sharif can change the settings to the names being visible so that it is only attendee 41, 42, attendee 100, like that only it is visible. So I appreciate that. Now those people who have typed in and those others who like what is being typed in, can we begin to think of bringing such a change in our life? Because post COVID, this is the future on the screen that we want. So this, it should start at home now. If it starts at home, if you begin to think what you have to do right from your home, then few things you can begin to implement in your business. That is why what you do not have individually, you cannot do. What you don't have individually, you cannot do. Yeah, reduce petrol, you cannot do elsewhere. You can't do. If you can't do at home, you can't do it some other place. And if you can do it some other place, naturally you should be doing it at home, right? So let us be honest to ourselves and also to mother earth in such a way that we bring about the change right from our houses. Having said this to you, I like few of those ideas. So now on, i will be I will be doing one thing. This milk packet recycling, whoever gave that idea, now I promise myself that from our apartment, what we will do is from tomorrow morning, we will have a collection bag exclusively for those milk packets. And tomorrow morning, I will request each person to collect their milk packets, empty milk packets, not throw it away into the dustbin, but put it into that bin so that it can be recycled. This is the promise that I am making to myself and to all of you. Now, those present on the screen now, if you people also can get inspired by my promise, you also promise yourself from today what is the change that you are ready to bring at home. Only then things will move. Because one of the participant, he said implementation. Yes, friends, implementation is the key. It is not sufficient if we have ideas, because for success in life, ideas, there is a formula: ideas plus implementation is equal to success. If you have to succeed in caring for mother earth, then you have to implement, not just have good ideas in your mind and in your pocket, right? So with this, I assume that all of you are making at least one promise to yourself to bring about a change in this thought process, that is being eco-friendly from today. Okay, let us go forward, friends, and understand. Till now our life was like this. Till now our life was in one route. Now the route is changing, and we should also adapt to that change. What are the changes that can happen now? Or what are the changes that are happening now? Quickly we'll see. Large gatherings, they have stopped. Work style, it has totally changed. Large gatherings stopped. We are meeting on Zoom. We are not meeting physically. People are not meeting. There are no social functions. It stopped. Our working style has changed. Now we are working from home. We are working over mobile phones, telephones, and laptops. We are not working from office. Internet usage, it has increased. What all is happening? For us to be aware and conscious of the changes, I have put this into one slide. internet usage, it has increased, right? It has increased by how many number of times? I do not have the statistics, but it has increased by leaps and bounds. Social media is now getting overloaded. All Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, all the social media, we are using a lot, and it is getting overloaded. Now we have become health conscious also. The moment we go inside, we go outside our house, we wear a mask. The moment we come inside, we don't even touch the clothes with our full palm. We remove the clothes and put them into the washing machine. We come back home, remove the mask, put them into washing machine. We apply sanitizers to our palms. This is the health consciousness. Also staying at home, few of us, like for example me, I have started a program of cutting down weight, so we have become more health conscious. And there is less pollution across that. We already know social media, so many pictures are circulating, right? And business models have changed. What was the business model earlier? Business model for a few people, it was going to the shop, sitting there, the customer coming, very traditional, orthodox, conventional model. All people coming to you, then searching for things, then whatever they want they would buy. But now things have changed. People are calling, sir, do you have that? Okay, in the morning I will open the shop and give, between whatever are the 6 to 9 timings permitted, and if they are essential commodities, then we are delivering. For those non-essential commodities, what whichever means is possible, we are thinking of. And for people in service industry, like for me, I'm a chartered accountant. We are doing, we are connecting to our clients over the phone, over the WhatsApp, over the emails, and that is how we are organizing things. And we are also doing online trainings to educate people, right? So the entire business model has changed now, and we should be aware of this change now. Shopping, etc., and all this infrastructure or waste expenditure has stopped. Earlier we used to go outside, go here, there, go to a shop and waste lot of money. Now now just check how much of money you have stopped wasting. When you have stopped wasting so much of money, is that not a reserve? Money saved is money earned. So this is your earning during this COVID period. All the money waste expenditure that you were incurring hitherto or spending till now, all that is a saving for you during this COVID period. And education, it has turned online. My children, they are getting their tuitions over the tab, right? Their school is giving the online lectures and online homework. They say they have to do homework. This morning they were sitting to complete their homework without being monitored by a teacher. Was that possible earlier? Never was it possible. And age old days, when there was Gurukul concept, then it was okay. But later on, last 100 years, after the British system of education came into our country, without a teacher nobody would study. Now children are also acclimatizing to the situation of studying at home without being monitored by a teacher. Because video classes, my kids do not have video classes, they only have online classes without a video. So the teacher really does not know whether they're studying or not, but still they're studying, which means that Mother Earth is self disciplining. It has given us an opportunity to self discipline ourselves. The food style has changed. Now there are very few takeaway snack bars, etc., which are open. The most of them are closed. So not most, all of them are closed. So we are having, instead of having all this junk food, we are having good homemade food prepared by our spouse or our mother, and that is keeping us. So food style, it has totally changed. Entertainment apps, they are making the most now. Entertainment like AHA for Telugu movies, Netflix, Amazon Prime, all these are making the most money. So these are all the changes that are happening. Now, are we getting aware of these changes? It is important that what are, only if we understand what are the changes that are happening now, then only we will be able to think of which direction after COVID, our economy would be going. And after we understand that, only then we will be able to we will be able to you know think of which business to start, or what business model we should adopt. Okay, so we further go ahead. And there are environmental changes that are happening. Naturally, the temperatures have come down. There is clear sky. We have also seen the photographs from Jalandhar of Himalayas, which are being seen very clean. And Ganges, river Ganges, it is an all-time clean. Last 50 years, it was never this clean. So all-time clean river Ganges. So environmental changes, so many changes are happening. Morning you wake up, the birds are chirping. There is cool breeze even in this hot summer, not that really torrid hot breeze. So many changes are happening. When we can understand these changes that are happening, then we can plan for our personal life and also our business life. So can I go ahead? Can I go ahead? If you say yes in the chat box, then I will go ahead. Yes, only Sharif. Only funny. Yeah, others. Yeah, right. Fine, friends. Now let us go to understand what has actually happened. What is the disaster that has happened? The businesses that are worst hit. Let us begin to understand the businesses that are worst hit. And if your businesses are amongst these, then you need to think of its rippling effect. If your businesses are connected to the businesses that I would be showing on the screen now, then you will have to think of the cascading effect or the percolating effect or the rippling effect. Okay. Jobs, so many, I already told you, so many jobs are totally gone. And Donald Trump announcement also, you all must have watched on the television, right? And retail giants, retail industry has gone in for a toss totally, including the giant retail like Amazon. Earlier, it was supplying non-essential commodities also. Now it has come down only to essential commodities, right? So retail business is hit very badly, because even to Walmart we don't go, right? Even if we go, we purchase what essential commodities we need. We go to Spencer, we purchase, or more supermarket, we purchase what essential commodities we need and come out. We don't buy most, earlier days how we used to do that, we don't do now, right? And travel industry is worst hit. It is incurring billions and trillions of dollars. Imagine the plight of the aviation sector, of the flight industry, right? Flight, trains, buses, all other means of transport, they're extremely badly hit. Ola, Uber, they're badly hit. And Ola and Uber car owners, they also are badly hit, right? Tourism industry, it is incurring lakhs of crores of rupees loss. So many crores of rupees lost the tourism, because today nobody can go out. Even if they can go out, nobody wants to take the risk of going to some place and holidaying somewhere, because they are scared of this coronavirus, right? It is totally hit. Hospitality industry, hotels, you can see that they're all empty and incurring lots of fixed expenditure, because imagine a three-star hotel with 300 400 employees, and it has to continue to pay them according to various labor laws, right? It is very, very badly hit. No occupancy rate, no restaurant sale, no pubs or bar or dance bar sales. And automobile industry is badly hit, because earlier, on good occasions, on auspicious occasions, people would buy even a second vehicle or a second car, second two-wheeler, second moped, anything that they would buy, or they would sell off the old one and buy a new one. Now people do not have enough finances to lavish like that, so automobile industry is also badly hit. And along with automobile, the truck industry for transportation, earlier for all commodities transportation it was being used. Now this logistics is limited only to essential commodities, so that is also very badly hit. And construction, cinema, no more entertainment today. No cinema theater is okay, and no cinema theater is open. Even if cinema theater is open, imagine, can we have the guts to really go and sit there and watch a movie? Instead, we would prefer sitting at home and not getting ourselves exposed to the risk of coronavirus, right? So cinema, entertainment industry, they are badly hit. Logistics, very badly hit, I already told. Local transportation, Uber, Ola, they are all closed. And all this share auto concept, that is also totally closed. Restaurants, extremely badly hit. Restaurants, there, usually a restaurant margin ranges from profit margin ranges from 30% to 50%, or even 70% if they have less employees and more of their own family members. So 30% to 70% of margin that a restaurant or a hotel would have, all of them are closed. Imagine the volume of revenues or sales that are falling down. And luxury products all badly hit today. Even if we order, we go to Spencer, stand it in line. Even if we only take the order of very essential products. We only buy essential products. We don't buy all these luxury products, right? Live sports, which was doing millions of dollars or millions of rupees of business, they are very badly hit. Like, imagine the plight of the cricketers sitting at home. All these kabaddi leagues, tennis leagues, football leagues, all of them have gone for a toss. Now they do not even know what else to do, because all their 35 years of life, they have been living cricket, eating cricket, sleeping cricket, or whatever sport they are in. Now they do not even know what to do, right? So all these live sports and the business people associated and the incidental ancillary industries or the traders, like for example, a tournament happens in a stadium. There are so many hawkers around who earn a living, right? All of them are also totally closed. So live sports have gone for a toss, and the real estate sector is an all-time low. Of course, people with lots of money, with extremely surplus money, can plan to invest at this time. But however, for small time people, that may not be a good idea. Oil and gas, with less automobiles, less consumption, less traveling, and you also know the petrol prices and the crude oil prices in the US, it has gone negative also. So it has gone for a toss. They are very badly hit. And after the Iran situation, there the prices began to fall further, and with this corona effect, it has fallen further, right? So it is very bad business now, and so many oil wells now, they are being partially closed, right? And construction industry as of now has gone for a toss. How much of construction was happening in government and non-government sectors across the country, friends? And so many contractors, subcontractors, their labor and the monthly salaries ranging from 1 lakh to 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20, 30, even 1 crore, 2 crores. This entire construction industry has stopped, and so much of payout has stopped. Imagine how many people are suffering. So all these are the major businesses which are listed on the screen. You can add to them. And if you are directly related to any of these industries or indirectly related also, you need to think of the percolating and rippling effect that these business on the screen will have on your business. And if it is so, what you have to do, that also you have to think. And I will share with you how you have to plan for that also as we go along on the next slides. Okay. And events and conferences, yes, no public functions, no birthday parties, no annual marriage anniversary parties, no home return parties, all these they have stopped. So all the conferences, business conferences, events, everything is online. So what you just put on a shirt and then sit and get into a conference. That's all the conference that you're doing today. And event also, all utmost what you can do is make a Viber call or a Telegram call or a WhatsApp video audio call, and then celebrate. You cut the cake here and you eat the cake and then tell them thank you. That's all for the wishes. That's all that is happening. So all these are the various industries that are worstly hit. And now, friends, we have to now think about the future. What is the future for all of us? Now, few points which I thought will help you. I've put them on the screen. One is digital products. All because now the we will be getting used to, during this 1, 2, or 3 months, as the situation progresses, we will be getting used to the digital products. Few new applications, few new gadgets, few new platforms. With this, the business of the digital project products might increase. So outsourcing and people having removed few people from the employment, right? Lakhs of people have been removed from crores of people. I gave you the statistics also. Crores of people have been removed from employment. Now it is going to go back to outsourcing. Now people will look for freelancers. People will look for a person who can do that job take the payment and go away, not being a permanent burden on the payout. So outsourcing, you can think of what additional skill you have so that you can do such a job wherein you need not become an employee of some other person. And and also, until now, if you are doing only one job, you can think of doing two three jobs also, which you are passionate about, or which you are skillful of, in which you have skill, right? This also you can think of. And the third one, stock market investment. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of outsourcing. And outsourcing is, until now I never thought of doing online trainings. Earlier, though, I was doing trainings even for few corporates and earning little money, though not major part of my profession, still I was earning little money. Now, outsourcing, what I can do in addition to being a chartered accountant in practice is do online trainings for corporates, right? And earn little money. You people also can plan of, after the COVID also, what outsourcing jobs you can do, and how you can become a freelancer. Stock market investment, because this is at an all time low. It has fallen so drastically, 30-year low, I think, if I am correct. uh, 20 to 18-year low, I think. So if it has come down to such a low level, and the bulls and the bears, people would want to, few people can really invest in the stock. And people who are into the stock trading, it will be a good opportunity for them to make money. And home gardening, few of you are typing about saving. Which business would be better? Yeah, I will answer your questions later. So home gardening is going to be a good prospect, as we are have to turn eco-friendly now. If we do not turn eco-friendly, again Mother Earth in some other form can always give another slap on our face, right? So home gardening, people have now got used to, or get few people are getting used to, having small pots at home in their disposable, containers, and beginning to sow seeds and do this plantation. So you can think of even doing it on a large scale. So you can think of, this home gardening also. Home gardening can really help you. So I am not suggesting that you do home gardening. You can think of how you can cater to the business of home gardening, right? And another, online coaching. Now, with this, with our children getting used to, and also the schools and colleges and coaching institutes getting used to online coaching of late, all the virtual classrooms. Now, all of us, this morning also I was attending a 3-hour virtual classroom session. That is going to, for a week I've taken up a course, so every day it is going to be for 3 hours. So online coaching we will get used to. So you also can think of venturing into any of these businesses. If you're into this business, okay, good, you can get into some other business which is there on the screen. If you're not into business, then you can plan which business you will be able to do, right? So as I take you through the businesses, you can think of which business you can get into, right? Mental health, with all the stress of the change, because change, we usually resist change. With so much of change that is happening during the COVID period, after COVID also, the after effects of COVID we may not be able to handle so well, right? So the mental health industry also can flourish. And the alternate energy, now, with all of us having the got the attention of, get paying having to pay attention for this eco-friendly atmosphere, right? We will now be forced to think of alternate energy and not keep on burning the fossil fuels waste. So this alternate energy industry also can flourish. And insurance, now, insurance is one industry. When we have insecurity, when we have fear, insurance industry is going to prosper a lot, right? So people are going to insure their businesses, their factories, their key personnel, and also they would also take insurance policies for their profits also, right? So insurance industry is also going to come up very big. So even you can think of entering the insurance industry also alongside your existing business or profession, right? Online gaming, with so many people sitting at home. And after, immediately after the COVID, do you think from June 1st, if the lockdown is lifted, on June 1st you can straight away go and play cricket in the playground? Do you think you're going to do that? No, people would be really scared, right? And people would also be scared to attend the schools, colleges, and even if they attend schools and colleges on a social distancing, a little or more social distancing model, like for example a child per bench, etc., still they would not be playing in groups, right? So it would turn online. So you can think of entering into the online gaming business also, building an own app if possible, or recruiting people to build an app for online gaming, right? And healthcare after this COVID, it is healthcare industry is going to flourish. That is because when people respond to various, we human beings respond to various emotions. However, we respond most to the emotion of fear, to the emotion of insecurity. When we are scared, we respond and act immediately. When we have insecurity, we do something about that insecurity to overcome that insecurity, right? So now that is scaring us, that is causing insecurity, is this coronavirus. So healthcare industry is also bound to prosper. And online marketing, now people will avoid going to malls and getting themselves exposed to the risk of, you know the buying in the malls and shopping complexes, at least for the few months to come. So online marketing business also can flourish. And if you people, if anyone on the screen are into the traditional business of, you are having your own kirana shop, provision shop, or some other shop, or apparel shop, then you should plan to go online. If you do not go online now, with this fast changing scenario, like how it happened to a pager. When a pager came, it was the best instrument in the world, and suddenly the pager went out with a mobile coming, right? So we can be suddenly out of the business totally, even without being noticed, without noticing it, even it without coming to our knowledge, we can be totally wiped out in the business sector. So if you do not go online, or partially if you do not think of doing your business online, then it can become very difficult for you. And online business, you can tie up with few people, or you can even do networking marketing, right? Network marketing, few of us now have got used to, having business WhatsApp groups, or business Telegram groups, or other groups wherein we go onto the closed group or an open group, and place order and share our material and stuff. So this network marketing, if you're not doing currently, then if any part of your sales, there is it is totally from the direct customer selling and buying, then you should think of planning to make it online and networking marketing also. So for the future, whatever, and spiritual sciences, yeah, spiritual sciences, now people will begin to say their palmistry, their astrology, how many years I'm going to live, am I going to get attacked by corona, uh, something like that, and even vastu, etc., all these can flourish. So these are the various industries, various businesses, or the services that can flourish. So if you're into any of these remotely connected also, then you can plan to get strongly connected to any of these. If you are already into these businesses, then you can add to your business portfolio. Because friends, I will give you the tips in the end. Why you have to add on to the business, that tip I will give you in the end. Okay. Can we, Anita Botra, can we invest in the share market? If you have good knowledge of share market, yes, you can get into that. Or if you can seek expert guidance, yes, you can get into that. Because the prices have fallen. Share market means investing at low price and selling at high price, right? So it is at low price. So if you have surplus money, you can sure invest. However, that I don't think that can be a business for you really. Uh, that can be a favorite pastime. However, for very few people who totally have knowledge of the share market, yeah, for them it can be a business. I don't think it is a business for you really. Okay. So for small businesses, let me give a few tips. Okay. So you have seen what businesses can flourish, right? So keeping these things in mind, so let us now see few tips which I will give you. These tips, my friends, are out of my experience as a chartered accountant, out of my understanding of the economy, out of my the knowledge that I've gained through various platforms. Okay, so I'll keep giving you few tips. You can choose a tip that suits your current scenario. Okay, so first, if you are holding gold and if you are struggling in your business now for the fixed expenditure, immediately dispose of that gold. Right? It is at a good price now. Gold you can plan to dispose of. Now, why I am suggesting to dispose of few things now, I'll be giving you some suggestions. When you were earning well, you accumulated wealth. When you are not earning well, means when your business is not doing well, it you should dispose of whatever you have so that you do not become debt ridden. Debt is one very silent killer of the business. People get themselves entangled into the whirlpool of the debt. They do not know that their debt keeps increasing because of the interest rate. For example, even if you borrow at 12% rate of interest, a 1 rupee rate of interest, in by the time you close your eye and open the eye after 3.5 4 years, it would have doubled. So it is extremely a dangerous situation that you know you stay rigid and say, no, 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 this is something which I bought on my birthday. No, 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 this is something which I treasure a lot. No. If you are struggling in your business or currently your shop is closed, your fixed expenditure is high, you have to pay your rents, if you have to pay uh, if you have to pay for the salaries, staff of the salaries, then you have to dispose of, or you have to pay out of the earlier savings. What you do if you have, suppose, say, every month salaries and rent you pay out of your regular business. Suppose if the regular business now, it as it is not happening, if it is not happening now, how are you paying? You are paying out of the cash balance that is there in your cash box, right? That was earned previous months, right? So this is also same. If you do not have cash, then the cash you must have turned the cash into some other form and not maintained it in the liquid form. So disposing gold is nothing but again bringing back to its normal form, that is the cash form, and then paying out. So don't stay rigid at this point of time. If you are stressed for finances, do not get into the debt trap, because we do not know next 1 month, 2 months, we may continue to be under lockdown, and touch wood that it's not happen for so many months. And even if there is a relaxation by April end or May end, April end it is not going to be there by May end. If even if there is a relaxation, we do not know how the economy would respond, because the entire humanity has today, whoever is alive on the globe, nobody has seen such a pandemic situation. So nobody has experienced it. So even you, even me, anybody for that matter, we do not know how it is going to be from June 1st, right? So let us not very conveniently assume. Let us not assume to our convenience. It is better that you play the safe game now, and do not go into the luxury of making huge assumptions. Okay. And liquidate investments. If you have got investments, then good time to liquidate. If you must have bought mutual funds, SIPs, over a period of time accumulated, then you can dispose of. And you can also dispose of little shares, or shares means not only the share certificates, any share in a partnership firm. If you are struggling in this business, you have one business and you are also a partner in some other business, then you can plan to even liquidate. Or if you are a 50% partner in a business, then sell away 10%, 20% share, or even the 50% share in entirety. Depending upon the situation, you can plan to do that. Friends, these are not thumb rules which I am suggesting. These are only few tips that I am giving you. If these tips suit your situation, you have to think and analyze, and if they suit your situation, please follow them. Okay. And bring in a partner. If you are a sole proprietor, or if you are 2 3 partners, and if your firm is now struggling because of the cash crunch, if it is now struggling, then you should bring a partner. Even if you have to give away share and bring a partner, and become comfortable that way. Do not put yourself to a risk that you cannot assume. Sometimes we can quantify the risk in terms of lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Now this is a situation where we cannot quantify the risk, because the risk not relates to the current expenditure. Risk today means the current expenditure, the current loss of business, the current loss of profit, the future business that can get affected, the future profits that can get affected. So there are so many factors basing on which the risk relates to so many factors. So if required, you have to bring in a partner. Okay. And if you have to sell off the business, friends, dispose of the business. If you are struggling with your business now, and think if you can revive it after June, July. And what you should be able to do is, right from Jan or February, when the sales have started to decrease, or March 20th when the sales have started to decrease, because in few places January 30th was the first COVID case, right? So depending upon the place, if your sales have decreased, and the amount of loss that is cost to you, if the amount of loss is, say for example, during these 3-4 months, loss in terms of expenditure during 3-4 months, 5 lakhs. In terms of loss of profit, it is another 5 lakhs. In terms of future loss of profit for the next 6 months, it is another 5 lakhs. 15 lakhs loss, can you bear? If yes, then don't sell the business. If no, then think of selling a part of the business, or bringing in a partner, or to think of selling the business totally also. Okay. And another one, amalgamation of business. Amalgamation means another person is doing same business, you are also into the business which other person is doing. Then plan with him. Instead of both of you incurring losses, both of you can get together and do the business, which is called amalgamation. So two businesses you can amalgamate and sell share in your proprietary business or existing business, right? Disposing property, one last thing. Even if you have to dispose your fixed property, when you had money, you bought the property. If you're struggling for money, don't get into the debt now. Getting into the debt now is extremely risky. Same time, that is month of April 2019, if you would ask me, then I would suggest you a term loan and a working capital loan that would suit your business. But no, I would not suggest that you go into another loan, because loan brings another loan, and it keeps building. And though government has given now a moratorium of 3 months, it does not mean that 3 months you need not pay. After 3 months, you have to pay, right? And that interest keeps increasing. So without any productivity, you have to pay interest. Like, for there is an industry which has taken a 10 crore loan, for example. That 10 crore loan, these 3 months it did not pay. Okay, that interest it has to pay, no? It has to pay in the fourth month, right? But the business is suited to pay interest of 1 month only. 3 months interest, how can that business pay? So it becomes a burden. At which point you have to think of any of these which I'm showing on screen, any point that suits you, right? And even if you have to dispose of a property, don't hesitate to dispose of a property. After the COVID circumstance, you can bounce back, and you can always reacquire another property. So if required, dispose of a property and plan for a new business during COVID. This is the 40% income theory which I wanted to share with all of you. Friends, one thumb rule. Now, all these were tips. This is a thumb rule. This one, which I'm showing on screen, plan for new business, that is a thumb rule. Thumb rule for you is 60% of your income should be from a regular source. 40% of your income should be from another source. Do not put all eggs in one basket, it is said. So don't put all your resources in the form of energy, investment, money, brain, everything into one business. Don't do that, right? 60% from main source, 40% from another source, or 2-3 sources. Okay, 60% one source, 40% any number of sources. Okay. So you should plan for it. And I was showing you in the previous slide the booming businesses after the COVID. You can plan for any of them in such a way that, by the end of this COVID period, 40% of the income you begin to start, right, earning from, June 1st, June 15th, or June 30th. Okay, so this 40% of income concept, you should plan now. Instead of sitting idle at home, if you can plan now, then during the next 1 month of this COVID period, by the end of 1 month, you will be able to get into implementation and then execute and begin to earn profits. Friends, you are not used to these things. I accept. However, if you do not change with this change that COVID has brought in the economic environment, then you may struggle. So instead of struggling, it is better that you sit and plan. Okay. And during this COVID period, rehearse for the new business. Like, for example, if you want to get into network marketing, right? Or if you want to get into online marketing, you are selling, suppose, ready-made garments and you never sold online. You start a YouTube channel, no? Or you post them on, create a Facebook page, no? Or post them on Twitter, no? Or or Instagram, not Twitter, or Instagram, no? Or create a WhatsApp group and keep adding people to that, known acquaintances, ask them to add other people also, and begin to show what all stock you have, no? Take the bookings of the stock, no? Write them down after the COVID, to whom I have to send through courier, which I have to send through courier, right? And that way you should rehearse the business during this period, because the next 30 days, this rehearsal should you give you the confidence to go into the real time business right from June 1st or July 1st, as the case may be. Okay. So dispose of your idle stocks. If you are holding dead stocks, obsolete stocks, or idle stocks, dispose them off, even at less profit, or even at cost, or even at loss. If you have to sell them even at loss, yes, dispose them off. Do not struggle. Dispose means, I am not suggesting for those people who are comfortable now in their, even their business is closed 2 3 months, still they are comfortable. No, I am not advising you people to dispose. I am advising others who are struggling for cash to dispose of the stocks even at loss, because with this chapter may come to an end with this loss, or else the losses will keep accumulating. Okay. So apply for an ad hoc facility. Ad hoc, banks give ad hoc loan. If you have a working capital loan up to 20%, they can give you an ad hoc facility. You can plan to apply for an ad hoc facility if you are confident that your existing business or new business which you would rehearse during this COVID period, it can generate revenue, it can generate profit, then you can apply for this ad hoc facility also with your banker. And banks now are processing loans. Do not think that banks are not processing. Now, even if you apply, they will process for loans. Okay. And few more tips which I am sharing. You plan to reduce your costs. You should plan to reduce your employee costs, cut down on few employees, or talk to them, tell them, I'll pay you only 50% salary, 60% or 70% salary. Tell them, now I'll pay you 50%, or later on after we resume business, then we can think of how I'll give it to you on an incentive basis, so that they begin to work the extra hours after the COVID period, so that they can generate more profits for you. Then you can even pay back, or it can be a win-win situation. Or your infrastructure, when you are able to work, when you could understand during this COVID period that you can work from home, then better work from home. No, why invest in huge offices when they are not required, if it is not required, right? And you have to become tailor made. You know what is tailor made? Until now you were sitting in your shop and people were coming and buying. Now it is not so. All the existing customers, you have to understand during this COVID period, understand what all they like. If you are into selling ready made garments, then write down the names of your regular customers. Also write down what taste they have. Like, party wear, this person would buy party wear, this person would buy casual wear, this person goes to college, so regular wear, etc. Write down and plan how to give good products, tailor made selling to them, so that you don't lose on the existing customers by the time of this COVID lockdown, after this COVID lockdown period, right? Do not lose even one customer. You call and inquire how they are. You stay in touch with them. Just find out how they are. How are you doing? Are you staying safe? How are your children? How is your business? How are you struggling in your business? So call your customers, or call your debtors, call your creditors, call your suppliers, call all the people who are associated with the business, call your employees. You call and inquire Don't, at this point of time, when we are exposed to the risk of the future, not so sure future, then you should not lose any, not even one customer. Okay, so call and inquire. You revive old contacts. Think of a list down after this session. You make 15 minutes time to list down whom all you lost in your business and write down their names. Call them, stay in touch with them during the next 30 days. Who knows? Out of the 100 calls that you make during the next 30 days, 10% may come back to you, 10% may come back to you, right? So revive the old contacts. And for the new businesses, friends, take new business that you can plan, take online classes. You should take online classes. As I showed you, the booming industries for the future, which can boom, right? So what you can do is you can take online classes for the new businesses, right? Online classes or online coaching would mean, if you are not well equipped with a computer, then you can think of learning computer. Or if you are not used to promoting shooting videos, then what you can do is how to shoot a video at home. Those classes you can take online and then shoot at home, anything relating to your business, and then post it on, so that you get ready for the social media marketing, okay, or online marketing. Acquire one skill now that will help. Now, one skill that you want to acquire for this new business or for developing the existing business, each one of us should acquire one new skill. The one new skill that I acquired during this COVID period is online training. Okay, so that online, which I acquired, I'm sharing with you. What new skill you learned during this COVID period? There should be at least one new skill. If you are not getting any skill during this period, not acquiring any one new skill, and then friends, you should acquire, right? So plan for acquiring one new skill during this COVID period also. Okay, now, so one task I have for I have few tasks, okay, for you people. Um, First, how much cost can you cut? Each one of you business people, can you think of how much cost can you cut? How much cost can you cut? See, friends, you're typing Anita Botra using Zoom app and go to meeting. What you want to learn as a new skill? Will that help your business? If that will help your business, then that can be a new skill, okay? Or else it is not a new skill for your business. It is a new skill for chatting and socializing. Okay. So how much cost can you cut? Can you please close your eyes for for 15 seconds or 30 seconds, and then think of how much cost can you cut at your office or workplace or in your business. Okay. So this is one question you should think of. Okay. So I will not wait for your responses. I will just go ahead. Okay. Which new business do you want to start? I will take you to the previous new businesses that can flourish. Okay. On the screen you can check. These are the new businesses. These are the businesses that I think can flourish, in my opinion. Okay. Out of these, which new business do you want to start? Out of this, which new business do you want to start? Okay, you do one thing. You type the number in the chat box. You type the number in the chat box. All of you, those who are there, you please type the number in the chat box. That number, what you're typing, should not be your existing business. It should be an add-on to your business. Sharif, you're saying 7, which is alternate energy. So you want to do alternate energy business? Okay. So Sirisha Bhima, online coaching you want to do? Okay, good. So friends, it is up to you people as to which one you want to get into. Okay. So which new businesses do you want to start? Out of those you already typed in? Okay. Which new skill you want to acquire? One new skill you want to acquire during this 30 days, next 30 days. Can you type in the chat box? One new skill that you can acquire over the next 30 days. Friends, whatever you type, it is a commitment to yourself, friends. One skill that can be helpful for your business. Learn digital marketing, gravity yoga, investing in your health. Very good. Please type in, my friends. I will give you 15 more minutes time. Reading more books, that is not a skill. That is a skill which you already have. So some new skill. Maintaining proper accounts time to time. That a new skill, Channa Vijay? You already have that skill, no? It is only that you are not focusing on it. So restructure your system of accounting. Okay, that can be. So how do you have to do that? Channa Vijay, you said maintain that you want to maintain accounts on a daily, regular basis, right? How do you want to do that? That also you should think. Not just making one statement. You should also plan. Okay, I will learn Tally during the next 30 days in such a way that after this 30 days I begin to use Tally. Okay. So negotiating skill. Yeah, that is very important. Joe, negotiating skill, that is very important. If you do not know how to negotiate with the other person, then you can be at loss, right? Okay. So Channa Vijay, yes sir, for Tally, very good Vijay. After 30 days, I will call and ask you if you have learned Tally. Okay. All the best. And if you need the contact number of anybody who teaches Tally, you can ping me after this session. Okay. Very good. So finding customers for digital assistance. Okay, right. I'll go to the next one. By when can you prepare the plan? A business plan, business new business model for existing business, or new business plan for new business. If you have one business model selling from your desk or table, then new business model for your existing business, or starting an altogether new business. By when can you prepare a plan for that? I am asking you people. I am asking you. You should be able to prepare the plan in the next 10 days. By May 10th, today is 25th, so 15 days you take time. By May 10th, you should be able to prepare a plan. Next 20 days after that, by May 31st, you should be able to rehearse that plan. If you rehearse that plan next 10 days, the next 20 days, then by June 1st, you will be able to you'll be able to implement that. Okay. So friends, these are the four tasks that I'm giving you. It is for you people to take from this session and begin to implement it, so that after this COVID period, after this session, you begin to implement, so that after this COVID period, you're confident enough that you will earn profits in your existing business, or venture into a new business that can give you profit, or collaborate with somebody or associate with somebody that will give you confidence in your business. Okay. With this, the session of future ahead, I end this session. Any questions that you have, you can please type in the chat box. I think we can, next 3 minutes we can take few questions quickly, right? Any questions that you have, please type in the chat box.